Onika Tanya Mirage. I grew up on this woman. Her personality, her music were my way of like coping through high school. You know, as a teenager, you go through so many like mental struggles. So it was good to actually dive into someone's discography and then just have that to distract you all the time. I'm in awe of the work that she has done. Definitely up there when I think about people that inspire me, my idols, let's say. I don't know why I go so hard for these people, because they don't know who I am, but I feel that it proves my loyalty. This person has opened a lot of doors and has exposed everyone to the hip hop genre, myself included, because she was so unique, is very unique, because her look was so different, because it just grabbed your attention. That is why I got interested in hip hop. She made you respect it. I heavily thank Nicki for adding something to my music taste. In fact, her Bedrock verse, I re-listened to that, and her Asbestos line, how did I not catch that? Now, I say all that to say, ever since Sheether came out, that is when everything started to crumble. I did not love going on social media and seeing people hate on Nicki, because it was such a new surge. If you ever saw a Nicki hate tweet, it would barely get any likes, and if it did get many likes, it was either because it was a meme of just her face as a reaction to something, or if it really was a critical tweet, it would only have a couple hundred likes. And then ever since Sheether came out, that's when the dogpiling began. This was almost like your test as a fan, like how far will you go? How much is it gonna like even break you? You know, this is a woman that you have rode by for years. This is also when new female rappers were coming out as well, such as Cardi B, such as many others that I can't name off the top of my head, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of right now, so she's kind of always mentioned that she has had competition like throughout her career, but in this case there was so many more people we were getting exposed to, that many more people were like comparing Cardi and Nicki. It got to a point where when every time Nicki spoke, it was always about how she puts in the work, she writes her rap, she deserves her spot. Basically, it was like a kind of comparison to the newer girls and how they aren't thinking through the lyricism. I always supported it, but after a while, and I think I just didn't want to admit it, I felt like it became so repetitive that when Queen did come out, of course I enjoyed it as time went on, but after like 6 months, I think it seeped in that I actually didn't love the album. You know, everything she was saying in her interviews, she was just repeating it in her songs. I don't know why that just like frustrated me so much. I will now admit when I completely stopped supporting, and that was when Jessie Nelson and Nicki collaborated. I watched the video and I was like, oh, this is cute. As soon as Nicki went on live, and I'm hearing that she's sticking up for Jessie Nelson, but there's been times where she has mentioned that she never liked Miley twerking when Nav used to say the N-word, and she did like tweets saying this that basically disapproved it. So that's why I thought, okay, I kind of understand what her stance is. But then when I'm seeing that she's defending, and the way she's defending Jessie Nelson, that really rubbed me the wrong way, that I was quite pissed off. I just thought, let me just take a break from this woman. Fast forward to now, Nicki has a legacy, but it's getting stained. Her accomplishments cannot be taken away from her. She's so influential. Even as a person that is a general fan can see that. It's such a privilege to have been a fan during all that time. We were literally watching her break records every single year. The things that you are saying now, the things that you are doing now that are rubbing people the wrong way, that you say that you don't care about other people's opinions on, that is completely taking away the intention of your impactful, amazing, huge career. We loved your, I'm going to speak for myself, sorry. I loved that every single project you had, it was solely based on your skill, and it was based on how enjoyable each track was. Yes, we were interested in your love life. Yes, we were interested in what you liked personally, what you did personally back then. But now, because most of your personal life has more of the attention than your skill, your talent, etc., that has definitely put a stain on the rest of your career. Based on what I'm seeing, this is a topic, and this is something that I have been quite close to. You have made your mark in a genre like this, and it's just slowly getting chipped away, because whenever people are going to mention your name, the first thing they're going to think of is drama, and that's not what Nicki Minaj is meant to be known for. Nicki is meant to be known for the fact that she has helped females, she has helped commercialize a genre, she's helped more audiences come into this genre. That's what I thought back then. I used to think of the looks, I used to think of the witty lyrics, I used to instantly, all you did, like any kind of reference or anything generally people did, they would always just instantly think of a Nicki Minaj line. I'm not gonna say I miss the old Nicki Minaj, because the way she's speaking about things has been there for the longest time, but in this instance, because there's so much more factors to it, we kind of take it in a different way. But hey, we still have a lot of your music from before that I really liked that are so quotable, so I'll just stick to that.